Hey, we're live, aren't we? So this is Jeff Lichtenstein with Echo Fine Properties, and you are looking live at us. Um, there's Rob Moore in the top left. Will Dean, who is rushing back from a rental to get here, so he'll be joining us shortly. There is activity out there. Victoria Lorusso is out in East Point today. Left hand is right or something like that. And there's Craig Heger. Craig's out in Marisol today. So we're going to start. Let's go to Craig first. So Craig, you're out in Marisol today, and what's going on in Marisol?
Yeah, so we're in San Remo, 159 San Remo, and it's listed at 1.6 million. It's an Amante model. Cool thing about this house is it's all the way to the back of the street. It's basically in the back of the cul-de-sac, which is big desirability there. House is on a preserve. We're about 4,800 square feet. I think I told you it's an Amante model, which is popular. Master's down, office down, an additional bedroom down. Upstairs, we'll have 2 bedrooms and a loft. So as we kind of flow through, hang on, let me get my thing to work. There we go. So there's our preserve view. Nothing back there. The house does face south, and we'll kind of go through why that's super desirable and popular in Florida, but big private house. This house has a sports membership. In Marisol, there's 3 types of memberships. There's golf, sports, and social. So the sports one on this one's $90,000 on top of the purchase price, which is 1.6 million. As you walk in, you have 20-foot ceilings, lots of crown molding, coffered ceilings, tray ceilings as you get to the back of the family room.
So Craig, they pretty much modernized that. It looks very white and clean.
Yep, it's a pretty house. Marble floors, everything's kind of neutral. There's nothing, overly vibrant in the house. You have a cast stone fireplace here. It is gas, so you have natural gas in the community. This is basically another view of the family room, or the living room, I'm sorry. Big thing, the house is built in 2009, so the early homes in Marisol, a lot of them didn't have impact windows. This one, because it's 2009, does have impact windows, so value of that kind of helps it. The only thing that doesn't have impact is kind of where you see that little kitchen light right there. Those little windows there, they don't have impact. You'll just have panels to put up.
That's all that budded glass that's there?
Yeah, so it's a little too hard for those guys to fabricate something like that. So you see the office to the left, or the front door, and then the dining room to the right. Nice, pretty wood cabinetry throughout the house. It's obviously a upgraded package, not your basic builder grade. You have a little wine fridge, double oven, obviously the paneled refrigerator, everything's monogram. And then you have like a little, you can kind of see it to the right, a little desk area, extra storage, overflow, actually right there.
Did they redo can I see the backsplash back again?
It's kind of like a mosaic looking tile.
Yeah, it's cool. It's different.
So again, crown molding all throughout, 20-foot ceilings, this little kitchen nook off the family room. And this is the family room looking back at the kitchen and then the front door. So you kind of see it's a open floor plan, but it's not a huge wide open box. I mean, you can see everything from every angle, which is nice. Again, the family room looks out onto the pool area. You have a big overhang where there's a little barbecue area, big sitting area, lots of entertaining space. The office area, tons of woodwork, and literally the wood is floor to ceiling, all the cabinets. So whether you want to stain it, paint it, do whatever you want to do. That is a sleeper sofa right there behind the window. And it acts as a his and her office, which obviously, as we know, is important to have right now so everyone can work.
Yeah, like I'm sitting right now in my dining room, and our house is being used. We've got, my wife's a mental health therapist, so she's got that going on. And we've got high school going on live right now, and college going on.
Yep.
And I've discovered all that pets do during the day is they sleep. That mystery is solved. But I would kill for an office right now, because it's like, this is dining room is the office.
Your house is up right now if you have an office. I'll put it that way. Master bedroom, looking out of the pool area, pretty preserved views. Again, it's facing south, so tons of light coming in. Master's massive. That's a king bed, nightstands, plants, chairs. You can dance around and do it.
Good social distance in those chairs.
Definitely. That's about 6 feet apart.
It's 6 feet apart.
Walk into the master bathroom, dual vanities.
It's a COV 19 compliant house.
It definitely is. Pretty woodwork in here again. They kind of crown molding up top. It's painted brown. Dual vanities. Obviously, the shower's behind you. You can't see it, but there is 2 shower heads in there. So I always joke around and say it's kind of like a car wash because you can literally just drive through the thing. Let's see what we got. Upstairs, I told you there's a loft and 2 bedrooms. So this is coming up the stairs. This is your sitting area. Behind my head, there's a built-in wood cabinet, which I don't think we have a clear photo of it, but you can kind of see it right there with the TV in it. And then you'll have 2 additional bedrooms. This is the bedroom downstairs, looks out to the preserve, has a view out to the pool, and it also walks out to the barbecue area. These are just some additional bedrooms up. Every bedroom has an ensuite bathroom, which is attractive. This is our cabana bath downstairs. And this is where you take advantage of the whole Florida area. So this is tropical, it's private. Mirasol is built on a preserve, so you do get some cool wildlife back there. And this does face south, so you'll get lots of sun in the pool.
Yeah, no, you can see it from that's a great picture because the palm tree is like you can totally see the outline of the palm tree in the pool area.
The palm tree's kind of bow too, so it looks like a little resort back here. I don't know if that kind of does it, but it looks better in person.
Now, will they sell this with the furniture in it?
Yep, it'll come furnished.
It is furnished then.
Furnished. Either you want it or you don't want it. We'll leave it or we'll remove it, but he would leave everything there for you besides his personal stuff. Pretty nice shot. That's kind of what it looks like. So the whole entire thing lights up like a little resort as well. What's cool is, if I can kind of point to it, this is like a little beach area. So you can put some chairs in there, right? Right over there. And it's got like little bubblers, and then you can kind of step down if you want to step into the pool.
So this beach isn't closed though, is it?
No, that one's not closed. Here's your just underhang area and barbecue. So that's the gist of it. As far as the house, now Mirasol, I said, it's a mandatory membership community. It's about 1,200 homes. There's 23 individual subdivisions inside the community, and the price ranges are going to range from $4 to $5 million down to the low 400s. And you'll have those 3 types of memberships. It's either social, sports, or golf. In Mirasol, oddly enough, it's there's a huge demand for golf memberships, and it happens to be a 4-year waiting list. So the higher membership you have on the house, actually the more attractive your home becomes. So this one has a sports, you can upgrade it. You just have to wait a little bit unless you find a buyer that's willing to trade you.
Well, Mirasol there's part of the reason is there's just there's so many things for kids in there, and you have a lot of families because of that. Can you tell everybody a little bit about like the program that they have for kids? And while you're talking, I'm going to put on a different screen, so it'll show a little bit about what Mirasol has to offer as well, the community.
Mirasol did a massive renovation, and it was, I think, 4 or 5 years worth of work, and it was about $40 million between their sports complex, redoing the grill area, their pool areas, and their gym and the Espionage area. So there's 2 golf courses, Sunrise and Sunset. Those were redone, I think, in 2018. Arthur Hills and Tom Fazio designed them. But then what Jeff was talking about, they added on a children facility because they saw that there was such a huge demand in Mirasol for it. And they actually came out with a stat that said there's actually over, I think it's 500 kids inside Mirasol. So there's a need for it. It's actually right there to the left. You can kind of see the first building. And they have video games. They have, camps, and you can do whatever you want. So they take care of the kids and keep them active. And whether it's indoor or outdoor activities, it's all there. When you buy your membership, you get 80% of it back at the time of selling, and it might take, a couple months here or there, but with that 90 down, you do get 80% of it back. So it's not all long gone, but there is some return. And
the membership over time has went up each year. And what Mirasol's done, which is really smart, there's Craig with his beard before he cut his hair back. But what they did, they've invested in the community every year, from building the kids facility to redoing the exercise facility. There's just a constant. They've really kept it up over time, so that they put money into it, and that keeps the values up too.
Yep, definitely. It's a very, very active club. Probably one of the, I'd say active. I don't even think it's a word, activist. One of the most active clubs in our area. It's popular for sure. People love it.
Can you tell everybody where it's located, as well, who are not familiar with it?
Yep. So it's right off of PJ Boulevard, between PJ and Jog, I'll say, right off the turnpike. give you some landmine or crossroads, I guess, is PJ National. If you know where that's at, it's directly across the street from that on PJ Boulevard.
And then can you go into a little bit about, what other, other areas that do in terms of social activities, tennis and those types of things?
So I said there's 2 golf courses. There's a Sunrise and Sunset. There's also 15 hard true tennis courts. So whether you're a tennis golfer, you're a card player, whatever you're looking to do, there's hobbies. There's events. A lot of people will do their card events or their golf outings, and they'll kind of bounce into the club after. They'll go to the grill room, or they'll go to like this little health center that they have right off the pool. They get a smoothie or a shake or whatever they want. And I don't know if we have a video of that, but this is the new driving range that they just did. So this is state of the art. It's massive. Probably holds 50 or 60 different golfers at a time, kind of right down the line. These are some drive-through shots. Like I said, the community itself was built on a natural preserve. So there's a lot of pretty wildlife, lots of pretty things to look at.
And anything else you can tell us about the community, or how, can you explain how the tax system works? When you purchase a house in Florida, or at least in Palm Beach County?
So we tell people, as a safe side, I always tell them budget 2% of your purchase price. And that's just the general rule of thumb. Then say you buy it for, $1.6 million, you'll end up homesteading it and you'll get a, $50,000 deduction off that. So your assessed tax will be $1,550,000. And then if you have any other deductions, you can work it from there. But general rule of thumb is 2% of your purchase price. However, on this one, if you do buy it, my seller is a disabled veteran. So taxes on a $1.6 million house for here are $1,000. So you will save some taxes on this one.
The other thing with Florida is, and they only, once you're here, and if you're homesteaded, which means you live here 6 months in a day, that they only can raise your taxes up 3% a year as a maximum. So if you have a year where the property values go up, then that they can't raise it. Community was built. We moved down here in 2000, and it was a year or two after we started. And like you said, there's 26 different communities in there altogether, and the prices range anywhere. There's product in the 400s, and it goes up into the 3-4 millions, depending on what it is. But there's just a great variety of homes. And it's it's one of the newer communities for golf and country club, and then they have a lot of
reputable builders too. So Kenco and Mustapic were some of the heavy builders in there, and both of which are still building today. So even in
Sabatello built there too.
Yep. So I mean, they're all still around. None of these guys went massively bankrupt and disappeared. They're still here. So the quality is good, construction's good, and they're long term.
Well, Taylor Morrison built another. They built a big complex in Delray as well. So this was a major hit the minute it started, and we had a lot of people who moved over. I remember from PGA National and from other areas, because it just serves all sorts of different price points and the quality of built. And when you're coming here, the country clubs are so important, because people, when they're moving here, it's typically for some people they're starting over, or it's their kids are out of the house and they're moving here from up north, and to meet people, country clubs offer a lot of ability to meet new friends and some commonality. It's nice that it's gated, and especially like during this period of time, the club offers a lot to do and really takes good care of its members. So anything else, Craig, that you can share with us about the home or Mirasol, or if somebody wants to get a hold of you?
I think we touched base on everything. And if you guys are interested in Mirasol or any other country clubs, my contact information's attached. My cell phone's 561-246-1789, and you can see it right to there.
Yeah. What is can you do what's your little dance you do?
I can do what do you call it? I don't know what you call it anymore. What do you call it?
I don't know. What's it called? Will, what is it called?
Flossing.
Flossing, yeah.
Again, good thing I'm wearing pants. Not a lot of people wearing pants anymore. That's what all those little kids are doing on TikTok.
All right, so you got a little entertainment from Craig. So I put Craig's information is online. I just put it on Facebook, and I also gave a comparison of all the country clubs in the Northern Palm Beaches, so that you can see what they cost and what the fees are and all that good information. So we're gonna leave Craig for a moment, and we're gonna go out to Victoria, and Victoria's out in East Point today. So yeah, Victoria, tell us where you're at. Victoria is muted, so let's unmute her. Victoria, you got to unmute yourself.
I did it. Okay, enjoying another
go.
beautiful day in sunny Florida here at East Point, which is ideally located. Ooh, what's going on here? Oh, okay, it's not a.
It's right next to Victoria's head.
Yeah, let's see. There you go.
There you go.
So we've got tons of shopping all around the whole entire area. So, and great high-end stores, very convenient location. 9 minutes straight across to Juno Beach, which is a dog beach, actually. Lots of people bring their dogs there. And they're just 12 minutes to the airport, which is wonderful. We're at a home on Touchstone Place. And this home is ideally located, being that it has water and golf views looking over 3 fairways of the west course at East Point. This home actually does also have room for a pool if somebody wanted. This is the front of the home. The home has been lived in by these people for about 30 years. So it does need some updating, but it's got wonderful potential. And it's got a 16-year-old roof, a 2016 roof, as well as air conditioning. And it gives you a nice open floor plan looking out to the view. So this wall here, by the way, is the kitchen. And I'm going to show you a couple things towards the end as to what you could do with this home. That I sold another home and we did do it that way. Really quite nice. But this illustrates how the floor plan is open, and it leads out to a nice big lanai in the back there. Here's the kitchen. Again, it's not terrible, but you know that's an original stove there, original oven. There's a door there to the garage. It's a 1.5 car garage, so you have room to keep a full-size car and your golf cart, which a lot of people do here. This is another angle of the kitchen. You can see there's that window that opens up into the dining area and looks out and across to the lanai. That whole wall actually can come out because it's not a bearing wall, and I'll show you how that can be done as we move along later. There's an open den off the living room and the foyer. This area has a small closet. It could actually be closed off. Many people do. They put in French doors, and so that way it becomes kind of more of a convertible space. It could be office with a pull-out couch or anything. There is a nice sliding glass door there that brings in some natural light, which is quite nice. The master has super high ceilings and a nice window to the backyard and sliders also to the lanai. And it's got a great footprint for the master bath. Already has a nice oversized shower with double vanity, and it's got a good walk-in closet off there too. Again, footprint is there to modernize, super easy. This is a guest room. It's located in the front of the house. Also has a double closet, nice space there. And a bath. This bath actually doubles as the powder room and the ensuite bath for this bedroom. So you can shut the door and the people can go in and out of the bedroom into the bathroom when they're there, no problem. The lanai is great. It really is. It's a great space. It's big. You could have a couch and a table there if you wanted, a little living room set. And of course, you're taking in the really quite nice views that are there. It's quite spacious, as you can see. And here, this kind of shows you where there's room for a pool. You could see in this space here, I would take out that bush, and then there's plenty of room there for a pool, which is unusual to have that amount of space on this road. So,
you could you could take all that space, you could put gasoline in it right now, and they'd pay you for it.
There you go. So you've got water views and golf views in both directions, either way you go. Now, if we go back for a moment to that kitchen, I want to show you, no, that's not the one, sorry. Here we go, this kitchen. So you can look at it both these ways. Now, this home I sold 3 years ago on Briar Lake. And this is what they did. They opened it up.
Wow.
And this is the same house. It's in reverse, but it's the same house. So this is what this house could be. This house here would now sell probably around 420 if it were to come on the market. And the bathrooms were redone as well. The home that we have here today is on for 335. So it's a very, very good buy.
So they opened it up. Modern white cabinets. Actually, the view is an A+ view. It's as good a view as you're gonna get. Hey, Will, what would that rent for?
Well, you asking in season or out of season?
Both.
I would say I need to go through the pictures again.
Will, you're sleeping on the job.
Around 3,000 carpet. Is that carpet or?
It's carpet, but that for a buyer, that's an advantage because you have less demo cost. You don't have to chip up tile floors, so that's a big advantage.
I would say probably around 2,500.
Okay.
As it is, fixed up more.
And how about if it's remodeled?
It could be at least 3,500.
And then how about if somebody wants it for a seasonal?
4,500.
Yeah, seasonal gets much more. Victoria, can you explain, why seasonal gets so much more?
Yeah, seasonal pretty much almost doubles. The rents, I guess we'll back that up. I can tell you that I have a home like this that I rented for a season, this past season, that was all redone, and I had people beating down the door at $6,000 a month. So they rent well. There's hot demand for them.
I think next season too, we're going to see more people, instead of traveling overseas or taking cruises. I think we'll see more movement to Florida. Well, I know we're going to, because we're already, getting the calls of people, coming down here on a permanent basis. But, when there's free time, I think people are going to want to stay put more in domestically in the United States and not travel so much. So I think rentals are going to get to be more in demand like this as well. If somebody wants to rent the place out or refurbish it to rent it out as an investment piece. Can you tell us a little bit about East Point for those who are not aware of East Point? And I can put Rob's screen on too to once you're done with a few shots here.
Why don't we roll Rob's screen and then I'll roll back into this shot.
Okay.
So this is an overview of the club. There are
Is that you on the tennis court?
No way. There are two golf courses, both Fazio designed. The courses are very different. One has wider, longer fairways. The other has shorter, narrower fairways with more water hazards. So you've got a challenge either way, but very playable, very fun. And it is a golf cart community, so many people have their own golf carts. We have currently 8 clubhouse. It was built originally with 2 clubhouses. We are going to be tearing down one and building a new, what we're calling a lifestyle center. So the current clubhouse has a fabulous dining facility, restaurant, bar, the whole bit there, great practice areas. And we've got 4 pickleball courts in the community. We just built a playground. Actually, it's a good school district. So there's about 170 kids in the community. And the playground serves those kids as well as some young grandparents who are just coming down, and they find it a lot of fun. We have 6 tennis courts, and then we have a whole array of things to do apart from golf or tennis, if that's not your thing. So there's book club, there's a photography club, people organize trips and go for theater and that sort of thing. So there's really something for everyone here.
What's great about East Point is I think the major things are the location might be the best of any of the clubs because it's at equidistance between Donald Ross and PGA and access to 95 and everything.
And then even to Harborside up in Jupiter, I mean, it's really just about a 12-minute ride. We're right here at the highway, straight up to Indiantown and across, and you have all those restaurants there.
In addition to it, though, it is a very inexpensive club for what you get. And while the membership, and I'll let you go into what the membership costs are. But even if you're just living there and you're not using any piece of it, either, it's easy for resale purposes because it's not tied into a certain type of house, or it's in such a different price category.
Well, not only that, the homes, unlike, Mirasol, Ballin Isles, where their homes, the membership is tied to the home specifically, the level of membership. Some of them are very hard to change. So here at East Point, you can actually upgrade and downgrade your membership from social to golf and golf back to social on an annual basis. So it's not tied to the individual home, which is terrific.
When did they remodel it?
The clubhouse?
Yeah.
They remodeled the current clubhouse about 6-7 years ago. They just did a renovation on the lobby. If you cue to my screen, they can show you the new lobby they just did, which looks great.
And they have pickleball in here too, I guess.
Yes, 4 pickleball courts. Yeah, there's the gym. So Rob, you want to cue to my screen?
You want me to go onto your screen now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, give me a second.
Okay, there you go. So this is the newly designed model. They just did this last summer. That's the foyer. So they're working on some other more modernization things for the main clubhouse, which is quite nice. The bigger, more exciting thing is when they tear down the older clubhouse that they're going to do, and they're funding this, by the way, with a building or selling off some land to build 75 new homes. But this new lifestyle center is what's coming, and they'll be breaking ground on this hopefully in about 6 months' time. We're planning on it being open in January 2022. So it'll have a 7,000 square foot gym, 7,000 square foot everyday kind of sports style casual restaurant. 2 great pools. The one on the left is more aquatics. The other one is more casual with a beach entry, that kind of thing. There'll be a hot tub, a fire pit. They're talking about maybe even putting in some bocce courts. So we're really, really excited to have the state-of-the-art gym, state-of-the-art everything. And the building will be very modern. I'm on the design committee, so we're excited about how it's moving along. It's just a huge asset for East Point.
What are they doing right now? What's happening at East Point, during this whole coronavirus thing?
The staff here has been really terrific. It's I meant to upload a photo, the cute photo they just put out yesterday, where they had all the different staff people holding little signs, sending a message. Each one had a word or something about wishing everybody health and happiness and being safe. But in addition to that, they've been cooking up some great meals. They have a great menu that you can come by for takeout, or they'll even deliver it. So everybody's anxious. They just finished a reconstruction of 3 holes to accommodate moving the new location of this clubhouse. So everybody's chomping at the bit to get back out there and play some golf, and hopefully that'll be soon.
Aren't you doing a lot of cooking right now yourself?
Too much.
Yeah. So what's your best recipe to share?
Oh, I don't. We're doing something different every night. Last night it was steak. Friday night I made homemade pizzas. Tomorrow we're going to be doing a rack of ribs from scratch. So it helps keep you busy, and I like it.
All right. So if you buy from Victoria, you get not only toilet paper and stuff, but she'll give you she'll cook for you a little meal too. So if you want to get in touch with Victoria, can you share everybody your phone number and everything?
Yeah, it's 561-531-4977. And there we go. Got the right screen. There you go. And Victoria at Ecofine Properties.
Victoria's been in business a long time. She's originally from Connecticut, and she's got a big following of people who follow her from Connecticut. Her folks were in the real estate business. They're out in Ibis, right now. She really knows all the clubs extremely well. Just very professional and a joy to work with.
It's not, if for those of you out there who are thinking about a purchase down here, it's not unusual for me to take clients and actually we'll go tour the different clubs and kind of pick that out first before zeroing in on the home. So you're looking at the total lifestyle picture and all the expenses that are associated with that. And once we kind of narrow that down, then we bring the home search into the process.
You've also done some boat tours with people too.
We have a 43-foot boat, so we know the waterways comfortably well. There's a lot of really beautiful properties on the water, and even some that are just like old teardowns that have been there for 50 years to some magnificent mansions.
So thank you, Victoria. We're going to go now to Will Dean. Say hello, everybody, Will.
Hi, guys. Thank you for joining in our virtual open houses. I'm here today at Evergreen, which is an awesome community, newer construction, a lot of families with an expansive clubhouse. Evergreen is an Audubon Society community, so a lot of green space, a lot of space everywhere. And something that's really nice about the community is the clubhouse that is really set apart from the small gym, and there's a lot to do. So you really have an Olympic-sized pool, as you can see in the background, has the largest man-made, or maybe it's natural, lake in Palm Beach Gardens. Pond, body of water, and there's no fishing allowed, for those of you who may ask. Although there is.
So what happened? But you probably right now you probably could fish. I mean, who's going to come and grab you?
Well, maybe they have. Rumor has it there'll be an alligator wrestling match, but that's not officially condoned by the community. So you have a lot of green space in here, but a lot of people have been in here, and although the real estate is not. They're not condoning showings right now, and Evergreen specifically. There are a lot of people running around this lake. So they
Evergreen has, community-wise, Will showing you these pictures, but they have a great play area for kids. Just tons of things to do in there. It's a real clubhouse. Yep. Without any membership.
I love the tiki bar. The tiki bar.
Tiki bar is amazing.
We have friends that live in there, and we go to that tiki bar, and man, it is awesome. Awesome.
And they have, I've talked to some people who live in there right now. There's specials at the tiki bar where people are doing takeout and stuff in there. So it's a major, people buy an Evergreen because it's gated. There's 3 entrances. It's all manned, and the amenities in here and the social activities and the ability to meet people without being part of a club I don't think there's anything in the area that's even close to it.
So there is no membership requirement. The clubhouse is part of the homeowners association, which is included in the rental. So you're getting club level amenities while not paying for all the amenities. So that's something that people really like about the home, but I want to go over the club again just so that everyone can see everything that's in here.
We went to a wedding in there years ago, I remember.
There's a banquet hall, and they host events there every so often. So a lot of things to do in here, and the amenities set it apart from the other communities.
And then how much is the home that you're representing?
This rental is $3,800 per month, and that includes homeowners association dues. That includes the lawn, basic cable, and alarm. It's fully furnished. It is turnkey. Just bring your toothbrush, and this is for annual rent.
And then you could use any of the amenities as well.
These amenities, and there's no restrictions at all. You have full access as a owner would. You're not restricted at all.
You have some shots of the house too?
The shots of the house, I'm not seeing in the file.
You know, what I can do is I'll take it and I'll put it in the, and I can also start over with, you know, I can skip, you know, over here, Will, too, if you want to download them, and let me go to Rob and we can come back to you in a second too, if you want to do that.
Great.
Yeah, so let me go to Rob for a second. So, Rob, you're,
Uh-oh.
You got a nice
behind.
background there.
I'm at the beach right now. I wish.
Yeah.
I wish.
Me too. Well, it's a virtual beach.
It is. It is.
So, tell us what you do for us, and what, you know, when somebody lists with us, what we do for each, what we do for each listing on the video side. For those of you who don't know Rob used to be with WPTV. He's from Philadelphia. He's a big Pittsburgh Steeler fan.
Yeah, right.
There's a lot of Steeler tattoos all over his body. Now he's a major Eagle fan. But Rob, went to school for and has a deep background in video. And we got in the video business about 3 years ago, where we do video not only on each home that we do, but we do video on the communities, and we do videos where we do stories on local businesses in the area for free, and we highlight those communities. So can you show us a little bit, tell us a little bit about what your mind frame is when you're shooting a home?
Yeah. Let me first just start off by saying, I've been with Echo Fine Properties now it'll be going on 3 years in July. And, I made the transition from television. I worked for WPTV for 6 years as a photojournalist, videographer. Was out in the field all day covering good news stories and bad news stories. And before that, I worked in Pennsylvania, WBRE, which is an NBC affiliate in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Any Scrantonians or Northeastern Pennsylvanian, The Office, Scranton, that area. So we moved down here 9 years ago. I've been in Florida now for 9 years, and it was my time to just get out of the hustle and bustle of the news world. And Jeff brought me on, and I've been doing videos ever since. And, we market homes and we market lifestyles because we've said this before, and Jeff will agree with this. You can have that perfect home anywhere, right? That beautiful 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom home, and we could place it anywhere, but it's what's in the community that surrounds you. So yeah, we highlight the homes. I'll go into the home. We have 4K camera, drone. We're experimenting with some new technology that I don't want to go too much into just yet to tip anybody else off. But
No, they're doing the thing on the Bulls right now, and Jerry Krause built the Bulls, and a lot of it was secret stuff. So there's some really cool things that we're really getting ready to launch.
Can't give all the secrets out.
No, you can't give them out yet.
But so we'll go into a house, and one thing I think I've been blessed with, and my wife finds it maybe is not a blessing, is I can talk to anyone, and I do. I'll go to the grocery store and I'll talk to the 90-year-old man, and we hit it off, and my wife's just like, why? But, I'll go to people's homes and I'll calm them down. They're nervous. They just make sure everything's in order. We go throughout the house. Like I said, we shoot this with 4K video. We do some drone aerial shots. We do shots of the community. And then we do local business videos, which have been a great part of Echo. And it's one of the reasons why I really joined Echo was because in the news, I traveled out every day. I was somewhere different. Delray Beach, Fort Pierce, Vero Beach, all over Palm Beach County, Martin County, St. Lucie County. And I got to meet new people every day. And it was fun. You're not in an office. I'm not sitting in an office. I'm out meeting people and telling their stories. And now I still get to do the same thing. And I'm going and I'm telling local business stories. And especially in the time that we're in now, I think it's more vital than ever to highlight local businesses in our community because, you know, they're the backbone. We're all in it together. So, you know, we've made it our mission. Jeff's made it his mission since day one when I started here. This isn't something new. We've been doing this for 3 years now, so we're well ahead of the curve. But just highlighting these local businesses, you know, highlighting the agents. I think that's another important thing that we do at Echo that I don't see a lot of other brokerages or real estate companies doing.
For each agent who joins us, we always do a video profile. So it's like a movie based on them. So, you know, people want to know, they don't always want to read, and everybody, YouTube is the second biggest, you know, search engine. It's all, you know, it's all video. So video can tell a story, you know, fairly quickly, you know, on a person in a home. And usually, you know, if you're interviewing anything today, you're watching a little bit about them and you get to learn them faster by watching video.
And one thing I said to my buddy, actually, while we were doing this, he texted me and he said, hey, YouTube just launched this new free thing for editing videos. He said, have you used it? What do you think about it? And I said, yeah, it's probably great. You could probably put together a little video, but that's the difference too with Echo is you're not getting a cell phone. Anybody, we all have cameras nowadays. They're right here. They're on our cell phones. And my kids do this TikTok and all this stuff, and they put together some awesome videos. They do. But this is professionally done. I've done this for 10 years. Like I've said, I've been in the business. This is what I do. And, you know, when you're comparing brokerages and agents and people, I'd want to go to the one that's going to professionally show my home and professionally market my home with our photographer, Easy. She takes, you know, stunning pictures, real nighttime shots. You know, I think it's important. You want to save a buck here or there. I get it, but
well, the problem in real estate is that each agent, the public doesn't really understand it so much, but the agent pays for all the marketing. It's not the company. In ours, it's the opposite. The company pays for it. So and the reason that's important is we can give consistent product. So we're always going to do a video, you know, for each home, and it's going to be a professional video, and Rob's going to produce it and shoot it. And when we do photography, we have rules that we do. We come and we do a real night shot at night. We do, when we're taking a picture, we're on the house's time, not on the photographer's time. So we wait for the sun to be behind the photographer, and I want the sun on the house, not shadows. So we'll wait until the cloud passes. We can, if, you know, there's some rain, you know, that rained early in the morning and we need to blow dry the house in editing, we can control all those things. So those are some really good things. But you also do a lot of storytelling on communities itself, and you got all the different drone videos and things, you know, even in-house drones.
You know, I'll pull up real quick behind me here, and I'll move out of the way a little bit if I can. Let's see where it's at. So, you know, this is a little piece. I know the dolphins are jumping right now. Let me move myself out of the way here. You know, living and loving the Northern Palm Beaches. And this is exactly what I was talking about. This is the lifestyle. This is the lifestyle right here. It just shows the beauty of our area. I mean, gorgeous. The beaches, I mean, right now, everybody's missing these views right now. Fishing. That's why I moved my family down here for exactly this. So we put together these pieces on communities, on the area, on, you know, your house. And then I'll go to another video. This is the local business video I'm talking about, you know, highlighting local businesses in the community. We're calling it local community. This is the detail dude. Previewed him a couple times, but there's Suzanne, one of our agents. So, you know, we do a little short. It's like I'm working back in the TV world. There's my reporter, Suzanne. She's doing good. She has some talent. She might be able to work for Fox or CNN one of these days. And there's the interview subject. There's Ryan. So we put together a nice little video. He's the dude. That's the dude. So we put together a nice little video for these businesses. And let me say that again. It's free, FREE of charge. But then people say to me, well, nothing's free, Rob. You're right. The only thing we ask you to do is share it on social media. That's it. Share it. So, you know, you share these videos. It just gets the word out there about our local community. And it's the houses we do. It's the businesses. It's everything in one. And I have to say, Jeff's been light years ahead of everyone else in doing these sort of things. And, you know, I think people appreciate it. I really hope they do, at least. I know my wife, I'm a perfectionist, and sometimes it's not good being a perfectionist because I sit up late at night and little edits and little things, and I drive myself crazy, but I want to put the best product out there. And there's things I learn too. I'll YouTube things and pick things up off of other people, and people come to me with different ideas. Craig, who's on here now, he's come to me with different ideas, and, you know, different things that we're going to try and different things we're going to do to give you guys the best product. Video's king. I mean, video is king.
I think especially in this market too, because you're going to see more. What's happening too is that there's a learning curve, I think, that's happening, and we're going to do another segment on virtual reality, what's happening in that area. But we're so used to seeing things in person, but we're now in this confined, stage where, and this has now been a month, and for however long this goes on, but I think for especially for some older people, they're going to be confined for longer, but it's forcing people to really learn more of how to use technology. So things that I think would have happened that may have taken, like we've looked very hard at VR in the last year, and it was too early, but we've jumped all in now investing into VR because it's going to, there's just going to be pieces that are going to be that like we're on Zoom right now. We weren't on Zoom a month ago, but we have to get used to this. And once you start it and you change your habits, whether it's like me not biting my nails or using Zoom on a daily basis, everybody's now getting used to this. So these things are going to be here, and the technology is being jammed down our throats. So, and once you get used to it, it's great because it is speeding. There's a whole bunch of positives, with this in terms of implementation of new technology.
Well, and I always say, I'm not a real estate agent. I don't sell real estate. But if I was trying to market my home and I have my choices in agents, and not because I work at Echo, I would choose Echo because I'm getting more than, Tammy down the road's going to offer me. Oh, I can take a video with my cell phone, or I can take pictures with my cell phone and post it online. I want the best for my home. I don't want to settle for less. So we're giving that to the clients. And it just shows, like, Jeff has invested in this, and I'm here. We have a photographer, EC's on staff. And it's to market your home because that's the most important piece. That's what you want. You want to sell your home. You want it marketed the best. And we put it out there. It goes out on social media. It goes through Facebook. It goes through Instagram. It goes to LinkedIn. It goes on YouTube. It goes on Vimeo. It goes out in an email report. It goes on our website. All those things I just listed. It's like having more, I hate to use the analogy, but it's like having more weapons going into a battle. Would you rather just have the baseball bat, or would you rather have the hockey stick and then the whatever else other weapons are? I'd rather have a lot more weapons than just one bat. So we offer that. It's all these different things that market your home to the best that it can be marketed, and we do our best. I do my best, and
Hey, can you go back and show the delivery dude, because I had Will pinned for a second. Me as a producer is not always the best.
Producer. Don't worry. I dealt with producers in the news too that did that. So, there it is. So the local community video, right? This one. So this is what I'm talking about. This is just a service that we offer the local community, and especially now, like I said, this is vital for a lot of these businesses. People said to me, "Well, my buddy's restaurant's closed." Okay, so why not still show people you exist? I know you're not working right now, or the restaurant may be closed, but be relevant. I can't stress it enough. If you don't do it, you're an afterthought then if someone else is marketing themselves and somebody else is putting themselves out there. I use the analogy all the time. I love I'm from Northeast PA. I'm just north of Philadelphia, an hour. And you know, I always used to drive when I used to drive back and forth from my hometown to school on the weekends. I'd see billboards on the turnpike, and I love Wawa. And I was so happy when we got Wawa down here. And you see a Wawa billboard, and the Wawa billboard will be there. And then in 2 miles later, there's another Wawa billboard. And then another 2 miles, there's another Wawa billboard. And another 2 miles, there's another Wawa billboard. And you're like, holy crap, how many Wawa billboards am I going to see? But it put the thought right here in my head. Now, I may pull off the next exit, I may get McDonald's, but at least Wawa made an impression in my head. And that's what we're trying to do. I mean,
so when you're doing video here, can you explain like what you can't do when agents using an iPhone versus you using what you're doing in here? That's a drone, I think you got there.
I mean, I had a drone there. This is just a screenshot from his website.
But you're putting that together too.
And I'm using a professional editing system that I used when I worked in the news. I'm, not using iMovie, and you can do some cool things with a lot of those editing systems. But it's also telling a story. I'm breaking down interviews. There's a lot of stuff that people don't see that goes into it. I know the agents sometimes are like, oh, when's the video going to be done? When's it going to be done? And I try to work as fast as I can, but there's a lot that goes into it. And that's the same thing with a home. There's a lot that goes into it. I overshoot. Sometimes that's a problem when you overshoot because you have a lot of video to go through now. I'd rather overshoot than undershoot. And it's just piecing it together. And then I say, oh, I don't like that, or I don't like this, or I don't like that. So it's piecing it together and making it, again, the perfectionist in me. Yes, one day this hair will all be gone, but it's something that I put my heart and soul into. And, especially, like I said, the community pieces, especially now seeing these business owners and, trying to keep them going.
Hey, Rob, do you know when you're going to shoot this, like what percentage of it is like ad lib and what percentage of it you kind of know how the story is going to unfold when you're?
I kind of always have I kind of have a plan in my head before I go, knowing the business that I'm going to shoot. And then sometimes I'm just seeing other shots. Sometimes you can't fake it. I try to sometimes, hey, I need you to wipe right here like he just did. I need you to wipe right there. But sometimes if you're not in the moment and not watching it, you could try to have that guy fake something again, and it's not going to be the same. So you have to physically put yourself in this world, and nothing else exists outside of the world. I know that sounds crazy, folks. I'm not that nuts, but
sometimes there's a surprise. Like you'll get you'll do, like the pelicans that passed by the other day when we were out at the beach and stuff like that.
Well, and people used to, when I worked in the news and we would go interview people, and we'll use good stories. I'm not going to use the bad stories we covered, but your best interviewees were always the people that weren't prepared for it. I know as weird as that sounds, because it was just natural. It wasn't, oh, I need to know the questions ahead of time. I need to no, it was natural. Same with now, Ryan from the Detail Dude, he just talked and he knows his business and he talked about it. Suzanne did a great job. It's scary for these agents too, because they're like, I don't like the way I look on camera. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like that. But it's,
I think what's happened in this environment is the best thing that could have ever happened, at least for us in video, because I think it's also, it's gotten all of us, myself included and stuff, you're fine looking. The way you look in person is the way you look on video for the most part. It's the same thing. You stop becoming so conscious of how you look. We're all dressed up. If you look at us, I mean, it's, we're working, and we look professional, but you're not worried about how you look on camera so much. The more you practice it, we do a lot of training like that for, with agents.
Yep.
Rob is also really good at coaching and getting people to be relaxed, and you're learning stuff every day, too.
If you ever stop learning, there's something wrong. You learn every day of your life till the day you die.
But so. Chuck helped us both. It's a senior advertising guy that we know, and just for me, I can be very intense. So Rob talks a little softly and gets me to get me to more calm down when I'm doing stuff. Depending on the type of shoot it is.
And like I said, things happen. You just got to roll with the punches, especially with this, what we're doing now, these live open houses, live business videos. Mics will go out, shots may freeze. It happens when you're watching TV. It happens every day. Camera, they lose a signal. You just got to roll with it. Just got to go with it. But this service right now too that we're providing with Victoria and Craig and Will and all the agents that are doing these virtual open houses, it's something to keep them safe, to keep their clients safe, and to still market the home. And that's, I think, the most important thing is we're still marketing homes.
Well, and there's also still activity. We had 4 sales over the weekend. And the reason is there's people they're caught between rentals. There's people who don't want to go back up north. There's people in different situations. There's some businesses are doing very well, in this environment. They may be like in the grocery business or be in a business with medical products and stuff like that. So everybody's in different situations. Or it's like my neighbor next door. He's a scientist. He's in good. That's a pretty secure type of job, and they're on an upward thing. They may be looking. There may be some opportunities. For somebody, like that. But we're going to get more. We're getting more growth towards Florida because of our tax situation, because of the weather. We're not in an urban environment. A lot of people in an urban environment don't want to be back there. So Rob, you're going to be back on at 2:00. Who do we have today?
So let me switch my background here. We have, and I hope people, is it lunchtime? People may be hungry right now, so I don't know what this is going to do to them. This is, can you guys see that behind me?
Yeah, it looks so good.
Oh, sushi. It is the Bluefish. They're from Boca Raton. They're located in Boca Raton, the Meisner Park area. I'm going to talk to the manager there. He's going to talk about, their curbside pickup and all the scrumptious things they have to offer. So that's at 2:00 today. The Bluefish Boca Raton. Debbie Gross, one of our agents, will be joining me on that interview today. So
yeah, and if anybody out there has a business themselves or know of a friend who'd benefit from a little free PR, I'd be happy to. We put it in all of our social media, and we have a page I put on the website called Local Waves, and we'll be that page. It sits there forever, and we get a lot of traffic on that page. And we have a big database. We send out links to that. So and it's all free, so can't beat that. So that's at 2:00. So Will Dean had to run and do another showing. Craig had to bounce out. He had something. Victoria's still with us. Rob Moore. So thanks for joining us today. Enjoy some sushi at 2:00, and goodbye, everybody. So
See you
long.
later.